Yo, what is good YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers Doomsday, aka Avengers 5. So as we know, they are currently in pre-production, building the props, building the sets. Multiple sets are already being built. Looks like, according to rumors, they're building some kind of spaceship or battleship. So the closer we get to the actual release of the movie, the more and more prominent leaks, leaked images, set photos, so on and so forth that we're going to get. So in today's video, we're going to go over a pretty interesting leak, which is coming from one of the most credible sources in the game, in my opinion. And it lines up with a lot of things that we already know. So, yo, what is good YouTube? Voice to you here if you are new around and subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, Monsterverse, pop culture based content that I try to cover on a daily basis. You could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know, how freaking excited are you for the future of Marvel? Because we have the Marvel's Thunderbolts coming out so close. We're nearly halfway into April. It comes out at the start of May, and it's test screened great. In fact, it's test screened so good, some people think it could be peak MCU. And then we have the Fantastic Four later this summer. And as we know, both the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four are filming for Avengers Doomsday. So these two movies, if you just look at it on that precedence, should be very important. So subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know everything down below. Also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the voice. Also, I've got a channel page over there where I can post these leaked images and set photos. It's a lot harder to post it on YouTube than it is to post it on my Instagram channel. And also, I can post it faster there than I can here. So, also check us out on Twitter. Warstu. Right, let's get into today's video. So, I don't really give the source of what I report anymore because I think most scoopers are fake. But I am going to say where this is coming from. So, the Geeky Cast, aka Chad Ryan, make sure to follow him on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. The dude is one of the most reliable people in the space. Should be 10 times bigger than he is. Should have a much bigger following than he is, because I've been covering his information and been covering what he's been saying, you know, for a very long time, and he's pretty damn credible. Although technically he's not really a scooper, but he does sometimes drop nuggets. So this is what it says, coming from someone very reliable who has stated multiple Loki scoops, Agatha and more in the past. You ready? So if he thinks this person is credible, it will be credible. Dr. Doom, aka RDJ, goes to Wanda, offering her a chance at redemption. Now, this does line up with stuff we've heard previously, and it just makes logical sense. Why? Because we know Wanda's going to be feeling bad for the whole multiverse of madness and what happened at the mountain of Rutor. We know Wanda's going to want to be, you know, redemptful and is going to want to redeem herself because she nearly destroyed the whole Okay, she didn't nearly destroy the multiverse, but she went pretty nuts. He states he needs her help to stop the multiverse from being destroyed. Now, you would go to Wanda, wouldn't you? They've not technically classified her as a Nexus being level person, but you seen how easily she fenced off Thanos, didn't you? And that was before she became the Scarlet Witch. That was years. That was pre-WandaVision. So we know she is very powerful, omnipotently powerful, almost one of the most powerful there is. They then proceed to go for Loki's power. And as we know, according to other rumors, the MacGuffin, if you like, of this movie is they're all chasing to get to Loki first because Loki, essentially, God Loki, Antler's Loki, is holding together the sacred timeline in theory. And the TVA's been there since day one. We've also had Loki Season 1, Loki Season 2, and Quantum Mania. This is why I think it makes no sense if you don't bring Kang into storyline at some point like they initially planned to. Doom needs his throne to take over complete control and save the multiverse. As we know, they're going to have to make Dr. Doom an even better and an even greater threat than Thanos. Because remember, according to other reports, Dr. Doom sees himself as the heroes, and so does his followers. So he's not trying to destroy the multiverse, he's trying to save it, and he's asking Wanda for her help. As the film proceeds, Loki will start gaining a resistance to help him stop Doom from coming for him. As we know, Chris Hemsworth's been confirmed to be in this movie, and we know at some point Loki and Thor will finally reunite, and that is going to be such an epic scene because Thor does not know about everything that's happened on Loki's story from when he pieced in the Avengers movie, you know, and where they started on the Loki story. So that's going to be fascinating. So this somewhat all lines up. It's the easiest way to see if a leak is true or somewhat true is, does it make sense? Does it line up with what other people are saying? And so far, it really does. Some characters will be with Loki and some will join Doom. It's a race to stop incursions and the destruction of the multiverse. So we do know, like I said previously in the same audio file, it's a race to get to Loki, which is fascinating because everyone already knew that. That's nothing new, but it's how he's going to do it. He's going to offer Wanda a chance to join him, to help him save the multiverse. Why does he need the throne to take over? Well, we already know the answer to that, don't we? It will somewhat be a simple storyline. It's got to be, because although Marvel's audience is maturing, it still has to be understandable from a young person's point of view, as you can't make box office unless the whole family can come for the movie. So this may be disheartening because it's not saying that Loki is going to die, but Doom and co are going for Loki. They are. Some characters would join Loki. Some characters would join Doom. So is it Doom versus Loki? That's the way the title reads. And yeah, it's pretty obvious that the TVA will fall to the hands of Doom and Doom will get his way because there's no way around it. Avengers Doomsday has to be the catalyst that would trigger Battleworld and Secret Wars, you know? Do I think the Russo bros have got the balls to kill Loki off again? Okay, granted, this isn't technically Loki. It's a different version of Loki. An even more powerful version of Loki. I think they have. But the key thing here is Wanda Elizabeth Olsen is back. Of course, they're not going to reveal that she's back because realistically, when it comes to all these leaks that are coming out, you know, we don't know the validity of, you know, the X-Men pictures. Realistically, lads, they look fake. But we're going to cover that in a different video. They look so fake. But the actual sets that they're building, you know, could be some battle, could be the X-Mansion, could be anything, right? Unless it's taken from drone footage. And according to UK Airspace, if you've ever watched like the drone audit person, there isn't much a studio or any company can do if you fly your drone over their kind of building or where they're doing. It depends as long as you go low enough. So that's how you can tell the leaks, images and set photos that came out initially from Unbox PhD. You can tell they're real, right? Because there's no one actually on set. They're just images of, you know, volcanic holes. It looks like there's some debris. Could be anything because they're not actually finished it yet. Could be the expansion. Could be anything. But with this leak coming via the Geeky Cast, make sure to check them out. We know that Loki and the TVA are going to have to be so pinnacle, at least in some of the story. But we've heard for the longest time ever that Loki and Doom are gonna have a fight. But it's interesting. What happened? What happens when Loki gets off his perch? What happens? But we already know where this is going. We know Doom is going to take over. We really know that because it's essentially a race to stop incursions, which they can't really do. I mean, you can, but like there's got to be a lot of destruction. So the movie Avengers Doomsday is essentially to introduce Doom, save the multiverse, yet destroy the multiverse, and most likely, what most people think, the void that we've seen in Deadpool and Wolverine, so on and so forth, is most likely going to be Battleworld. It really is. So it doesn't matter that X characters like Wanda were not officially revealed, because since when does a movie studio confirm every single character in a movie are set for the main cast? And to be a main cast in an Avengers movie, you're going to have to be one of the main stars. Because realistically, you could have 10, 20 minutes in this movie and still not be cast as the main star in the movie. Just think of every other Avengers movie. Spider-Man was in it quite a bit, but he wasn't really. Hulk was in the movies, but it wasn't really. So, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't really think Marvel has to announce, like, if Wanda actually is in the movie, so on and so forth. Do they really need to, you know, we know Monica Rambeau is going to be in it. Do they actually have to officially reveal that? No, but I do think it's very telling that all the leaked set photos, right, are hinting towards X-Men stuff, and all the leaked images that I'm going to do a different video about that. They're all X-Men characters. Like purposely there's no Avengers. And isn't it a bit ironic how no one's on set where these images are taken? Yeah, the other stuff they're posting, you see Supergirl on set, so on and so forth. They have started filming it. haven't they? But not outside. And that is only realistically when you're going to be able to find out real information is when they start shooting outside. So I will be trying my best to cover all the leaked stuff for Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, so on and so forth. But we're going to try and do some different kind of, go back to the origin, cover theories, so on and so forth, get back to the origin of the Warstu. So like always, guys, I'll catch you in another video very soon, guys. Catch ya later.